Hello, good day. I was asked about the question, why should be double couple building built in the future? Why we should build them? Why we need them? What they can bring to us? And I would like to describe a little bit how is the circle influencing our humanity, our human soul and our I. Because the circle is a very universal shape. And when we are surrounded by the round walls, we feel very safe. We feel warm. We feel also that we are connected with the outer world, not only with the inside, but we feel in such a room, in such a shape, we feel also what is outside. Because it is very common shape for us when we are walking through the landscape, when we are somewhere meeting people, it's usually in the round shape. So it's very common for us, and we feel very well, that we feel very safe on the physical and on the soul level also. And Steiner says that also the round shape is very good to be aware of our I, and not only about our I, but also to be aware a bit about our higher I. That's why he recommended to work with these shapes in several buildings he has built. It was not only the first Getaneum, there were also other buildings like heating house and house Duldeck also, and the glass house. There were several of them. And as you know, Steiner was working with round shapes or oval shapes already before in the building of Mausch. It was the beginning when he was trying to work with these shapes. And all these qualities which round shape brings to the human being is in first Getaneum, or it was in first Getaneum, doubled. It was multiplied. And because there were two qualities, the third quality can come in between. So it was in all those four buildings I have mentioned that something was happening inside. For example, in glass house, there were two cupolas which were not meeting each other. There was a distance. What was inside? It was an atelier. It was a workshop. So in a between was a flat ceiling. It was a cube. And both sides were very inspirative spaces with open space cupolas. So imagine that artist is working there. So it's very special. So those round shapes on sides were helping to keep the atmosphere needed for creation. Then in heating house, what was there? There was also two small cupolas, and in the middle was also something rectangular. What was it? It was a chimney growing up. And those round shapes in a heating house, they were like warriors or keepers. They have kept boilers. They control technology, what was inside. So there was a little bit another reason. It was like to have a technology under control. And then in house Duldeck, it was similar like in glass house. There were round shapes on sides, and in the middle of the house were more rectangular shapes. And in those towers or endings which were round, what was there, or what is till now there? There are mainly libraries something spiritual, something essential, when one can learn something, some wisdom, something spiritual. So the round shapes is always connected with something spiritual, and with a higher eye, Steiner speaks that in such a shapes, in such a round rooms, you can be meeting more easily intuition, imagination, and other qualities connected with this higher eye. And all these qualities were brought into the Doppelkuppelbau in the Verkehrung, because it was based on connected cupolas, and those rectangular shapes, they were more on sides, like additions. But the main space was really completely round. So it is different between glass house, for example. It's really round atmosphere, round mood. So that's why these qualities Steiner recommended to develop for the future, mainly to help human to find his I way, and also to help him to find his higher I way. And when it is next to each other, it is not so much vertical. In the moment you put two things next to the other, there is also a horizontal quality. And it is the future of mankind to be more in consciousness, in horizontality. It means ecology. We are more interested in the Mother Earth in a horizontal way. We are looking around what is going on. Because in the very past, spiritual buildings were mainly vertical, because we were growing in our consciousness out of the earth to be ourselves. But for the future, we will be much more connected with Mother Earth. So there are some qualities which we would like also to develop here in our future plans to build a Doppelkuppelbau here in Hohenfels.